Good morning, me, Kimberly. You're at 6:33. Wake up with me, sharing the life and the message. This is day 2 of my journal entry of the new season that I have shifted into. I've been here for a couple of weeks, but I'm backing it up a bit to share with you what's been going on. I really feel that God has asked me to be more open, honest, transparent, and vulnerable with my life and what happens with me and Him, and how I see, how I hear, what's going on. I don't know why, but I must be obedient because that's what I learned to do. And some of this is my own correction. So, some of this is kind of scary for me to put out there, but that's okay because it doesn't matter what I want. It matters what He wants. That's part of what this journey is that I'm learning. So today, I pray that you and I, that we will seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and that all these things will be added unto us. That is 6:33. That is my heart, that we will wake up and live that way. The Message Bible says that we will steep our life in God reality, God initiative, and God provision. And that's the life that I want. If you listened to yesterday's episode, and God had me doing some porch sitting and digging down into the desire of my heart. And it was like some hard rock to begin with, and digging out layer upon layer upon layer. It's like, no, that's not what I don't really care about that. No, I want more than that. No, it's deeper than that. No, God, what is it that I want? Do I want 1,000,000 followers? Do I want $1,000,000? Do I want to hide in a cave? Do I want to be public? What do I want? But God, by His mighty hand and His mighty Spirit, dug down until what was my heart's desire was that I want to live the life that I read about, that Jesus had. I want signs, wonders, and miracles to follow me. I want to know the Father, that I am not worried about anything. I want to know that I don't have to figure things out. I want to know that when I pray, He hears. I want to see healings. I want to see deliverances. I want to see fish and bread multiplied. I want to see people raised from the dead. I want those big things in my life. And then that's where we left off. And so I pray for you and me. We'll have eyes to see and ears to hear and hearts to receive and react, because that's what I pray for myself every day. But when we got to this, dug it down, that yes, Lord, this is what I want. I felt peace for a moment, like a light bulb went off. Like, yes, this is what I want. Then I heard that voice that says, okay, where's the confusion? And apologize for that. That was a phone call. I just postponed that. Where is the confusion? Okay, so number one, I didn't hear it like my husband come into the room and said, hey, Kim, where's the confusion? I wish God would speak to us like that. Would make our lives a lot simpler if He could, speak to me in a man's bold, loud voice, or if He could send me an email, or if He could have a, flashing light like the Rudolph nose. I don't know anything, but no, we have to live by faith, and we have to make mistakes, and we have to believe and trust. And so the voice that I heard was like when I talk to myself. It's like those thoughts in your mind. But I didn't think it, and I didn't read it. It was just like a conversation. It was like, no, maybe I am crazy, but that's what it's like. I'm trying to help you understand or believe or see, I don't know, how God speaks to me. I'm reading a book that is fantastic. It's called Created to Hear God by Havilah Cunnington. And there's many ways to hear God, and this is just one of them. Anyways, I digress. Let's get back to the story. So God said to me, okay, where's the confusion? And that set me on another journey, layer by layer, heart after heart, thought after thought. Where's the confusion? Why is this not happening in my life? I must be the problem. God isn't the problem. Why isn't this happening? Maybe I need to fast for 40 days and 40 nights. Maybe I need to go to Bible college. Maybe I need to find the right book. Maybe I need to run away from home and go into a cave and just be alone with God for a while. Maybe I need to study my Bible more. Maybe I need to read some of the old time books. Maybe I need to, God, is the problem in me thinking that I have to be doing something? Bingo, like lights go off, like, oh my goodness, I have been too busy in life, too busy trying to make it happen, too busy trying to figure it out. I don't know. Lord, this is the problem. Me thinking I have to be doing something. And as I'm taking a breath, thinking about that, sometimes I'm kind of like a cow who needs to chew the cud. I bring it up, and then I chew it, meditate on it, twirl it around, think about it, think I have it, and I swallow it, because the problem is I'm thinking. And then up it comes again, like a cow with its cud, and it says, I hear this. You are a human being, not a human doing. But, no buts. Buts are for goats. They are not for my people. So I take a deep breath and I let that come up again, and I contemplate. And the first thing that came to my mind was my friend Sharon, and if you've been watching any episodes that we've done together on Friday's episodes for Soul Sisters support group, and you know that she's a life coach and a long-time friend of mine and my own personal life coach. And when she first got involved or heard about life coaching, when she first got involved in that, she had been it was just like a light bulb went off. And that was what she's been doing all her life, what she's been doing with her friends, her family, with youth group. She'd been doing this. She had been helping people pay attention to their thoughts, their dreams, their goals, the stumbling blocks that get them there. But when she took this coaching course, it was like she was doing what she was meant to do. She became alive. It became as natural and fulfilling as her life. And I was thinking of that, and I'm like, God, why am I thinking of that? And then I began to think about how lately God has had me pay attention to what happens to me when I go to my intercessory prayer group at church. What happens to me when I'm at church? What happens to me when I'm with faith friends? What happens to me when I'm at home doing dishes in my kitchen? What happens when I am vacuuming a floor or cutting the grass or doing my porch sit? He's had me watching the different scenarios of my everyday life lately as if I'm a spectator. And I'm like, God, why are you highlighting these things? Why are you showing me these things? How does this connect to being a human being and not a human doing? And I didn't really have any answers that day of those things, but he did talk to me more about the being. And some of the things that he said were along this line. God said, let there be light, and there was light. And I began to look at this word be. Such a little word. B-E. Let there be light. God said, let there be light, and there was light. And I'm just rocking, and I'm listening to the breeze blow, and I'm thinking about being a human being. Of course, we are fallen creatures, so Lord, how does that come in? And as new creatures, God says that we are a new creature, that we have become a new creature. He said that we have been forgiven, right? Be forgiven. He says, be born again. Believe it. So if we confess with our mouth that Jesus is Lord, then we are saved. Okay, so all these things are coming, bubbling up within me all the time about be. I am to believe it. I am to behold him. He is the God of the universe, the creator of all. He chose me. He invited me, and he's inviting you. If you're listening to this, he's inviting you right now to come into this new way of living called being born again. And then we are the beloved, we are to be loved. I really chewed on that one for a while, people. And I belong. I belong. I have been chosen. I have been adopted. I have been taken off all of my dirty rags, and I've been put on royalty clothes. I have been washed clean. I have been set free. I have been begotten. I've been bought by the blood of the Lamb that washed away my sin and my guilt. I am to be forgiven and free. I am free from attaining anything. I just behold and I believe. Like, God, this is too much for me to think about. What is my part? What do I do? You are to be. I'm to be what, Lord? All of these things, I'm to behold him, to believe him. I am beloved. I belong. I am begotten. I have been forgiven and free. And I am to be strong and courageous. That's from Joshua 1:9. I am to be merciful. Wow. I'm to be kind. I'm to be gentle. I'm to be joyful. To be patient. To be self-disciplined. Eek. I'm to be thankful. I'm to be holy, for he is holy. I'm to be anxious for nothing. I'm to be grateful. I'm to be filled with his Spirit. I am to be an imitator of God, of Jesus, here on the earth. And this one, my friends, is my favorite. It is this, from Psalms 46, verse 10. I am to be still and know that he is God. I have a note in my Old Faithful Bible right here that the word know means to recognize and understand. Sometimes I am so busy in the doing or trying to figure out what it is that I need to do when I just need to stop. I need to stop the confusion of thinking I need to do something, and I need to be still, to recognize that he is God, to understand that he is able to lead me and direct me in the way of his path. And I need to be a human being and a child of God. Beloved, begotten, believing. And I pray that that's you. So, until next time, I hope that you break your confusion by doing the be still. Because that is the only way that we clear the air, clear the confusion. Confusion is not of God. And when we feel that, we need to stop, be still, and know he is God. Till next time, God bless you, and I pray that you know you are blessed, and that you and me, we be a blessing. Bye.